Hi everyone, welcome to episode number 8 of Read, Knit, Sip with your host, me, Maria, and Mr. Mocha. We have a lot to discuss today. Mainly this is to cover the April reading challenge, what I read this month in April. As you can see, I read 13 books. Mr. Mocha read them all along with me. Kind of a huge health update. And as you can see, I am sitting on a brand new bed. But we'll cover that in the health update section. Yeah. So let's get started. But first, Mr. Mocha, you wanna make this? Woof woof. Introducing, drum roll please. Da 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 da. I'll insert a drum roll sound here. My new brother, Mr. Espresso. Hi everybody. So, Mr. Espresso and Mr. Mocha are brothers from the same company. They are warmies that you put in the microwave. Although it's far too hot, I will not be microwaving them tonight. And so yeah, welcome to Read, Knit, Sip, Mr. Espresso. Mr. Espresso is our chocolate Labrador wormy, and as we all know, Mr. Mocha is our golden retriever. So you'll be seeing a lot more of Mr. Espresso on this channel. Welcome. Thank you. Looking forward to meeting all of you. Okay. So we'll save the health update, but I will say that it's looking a little different in here, because I got a new bed. This is, as you can see, an adjustable bed, because I'm sitting up against the head part and not needing, although I do, oh, Mr. Mocha, although I do have a pillow back here for comfort, so this will make things a lot easier. As a result, we had to change around the way things are in my room. So my tablet stand doesn't work anymore. We're gonna get that fixed up. We're gonna figure out what to do. But the vlog format will still be the same. It just makes things a lot easier for me when I'm gonna be in a lot of pain and things like that, from now on. But that doesn't mean that my treatment is changing for the worse. We're still getting the shots in my back, the shots in my leg. We're going to hopefully be extending the shots in my back. We meet with that doctor, I think it's next week, to see what he came up with. The thing is that the PT I've been taking for my knee isn't really working anymore. So we have to figure out what's going on with that, which is great. But gonna be reading a lot in this bed, and guys, I think this is the best thing I could have done. Huge shout out to my parents. They didn't have to do this, but it was obvious that I needed a huge change, and this was that change. So yeah, I thank them a lot for that. So anyway, books will pop up here. Yeah, and don't worry, we'll redecorate the walls and all that stuff. The other stuffy problem, is that these guys can't be on the bed anymore. Because it has nothing to hold them, and with it moving, the head goes up and down the feet too. There's a huge chance that they'll fall off, so our new rule is 1 or 2 stuffies at a time. So when I'm shooting videos, it'll be like 1 at a time, like it's usually been. Intros, outros will be the same. But we have to find new places to store them. So right now they're just chilling in a bucket over there. They're not happy. But Mommy is, and that's all that matters, right, Mr. Mocha? Yeah. Anyway, so that's a health update. Internship is going okay. Finished onboarding. They got me on a project. They're like, it's totally okay. Tell us when you can't work. Just keep us in the loop. So I'm like, great. That's the whole thing about it. They're flexible, and I love it. If you know any authors that are looking for a small publishing house and they have either historical fiction like manuscript ideas, or they do a lot of Holocaust fiction, so hit me up and I can get it into the chief publishing officer. We are growing and we are looking for new authors. Our goal is to get to 11 authors by the end of 2025. Help me get to that goal, you guys. On this Instagram page, I will be sharing our CPO's upcoming book, Under the Floorboards. So keep an eye out for the Instagram, and it's a great book. So pick up a copy. There you go. But anyway, work aside, like I said, 13 books last month. That's about par for me. Looking to uptake that now that this is over. So we started the month, again, up here, with On the Bright Side, which is the UA by Anna Sortino. A YA, excuse me. It only took a day. April 4th to the 5th. Physical book from one of our libraries. Your typical disabled fiction, disability-centric literature, which I'm always on the lookout for. So if you got something for me, hit me up. Disabled, the 2 main characters, one has had her disability her entire life. Her disabled centric community school shuts down. She's forced to go to public school. There she is teamed up with the football star captain, who eventually becomes disabled in his own way. Love story, high school drama, 5 stars. It was good. Our next one was Brew Unto Others, also a library pick. April 6th to April 6th, another one there. Cozy mystery. Unfortunately, it was the one of the end of the series reads. So again, I gave that one 4.5, I believe. The mystery was good, the characters were great, but because it was in the end or the middle of the series, I didn't really feel like I had everything I needed to know. But pick it up if you're into cozy mysteries that involved coffee and good friends. But quick read. The next one was The Grandest Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Lots of YA this time. Another YA picks up where we left off in the, goodness, it'll come to me, in that particular series of hers. um, the inheritance games. There it is. And so you follow a set of a bunch of new characters. They're marooned on Hawthorne Island because Avery has given them tickets. They follow the puzzles, the challenges, everything. Basically, it was good. It was good. Everyone from the inheritance games was there, and it was a good quick read. Did that on La Kindle. We'll get to her in a minute. She got a redo, so that's fun. 335 pages. Read that from March 28th to April 7th. That was a ebook Libby loan. So then we finally got the backshot relief as we get on to the second page of my reading. The next one I read was our book club pick of the month, Death of the Author, again up there. This one ties it for April pick of the month, I think. This was really good. Again, fantastic disability representation, mixed in with a country I don't know much about, which is Nigeria. Really just fantastically done. Mixed in with science fiction. The author is disabled in a childhood accident in a wheelchair, because Nigerian custom is that if that's the way God wanted you, then that's the way you stay. She then goes through the process totally on her own of writing this novel, which we get snippets of. That's the sci-fi, and it becomes an award-winning published novel. So she gets rich throughout that, and has the chance to learn to walk again and all these other things. And the disability representation in this novel is just fantastic. If you haven't read anything by the author, which I can't pronounce, I highly recommend you do. Again, Death of the Author is highly in the running for my April pick for the book of the month. Just the way it portrays people with disabilities, and that you can do anything you want regardless of what status you are and what people think of you, and it's really good. And I actually have the physical copy, so if anyone local to me wants to borrow that, hit me up. Our next read, keep in mind April was kind of a crazy month because we had company, stuff like that. So my next read of the month was the, I think, fourth book in the Martha Wells Murderbot series, Exit Strategy, 163 pages. Flew through it from April 9th to April 11th. During that 2-week period, a lot of the only quiet time I had to myself was my Kindle time before I went to bed. And a lot of the times that didn't even happen because I was so tired from just hanging with the family that was here that I just called my best friend for like 5 minutes just to check in with her. She had a crisis going on in her family, and everything's okay now. But so I would call, check in with her for like 10 minutes, and then go straight to sleep. So during that time, there wasn't a ton of reading, but had a blast with the family that was out here. I happen to know that my sister watches this channel, so I love you, sis. I can't wait to see you again in June. When you come out here, I'll be feeling so much better. Dad loves you too. You know, he doesn't show it, but we love you. Anyway, so Exit Strategy was really good. Actually, when Kindle had their book sale, I got the rest of the Murder Bot Diaries, so I don't have to wait to read them anymore. So yay. So if you're looking for like a really sci-fi futuristic quick Kindle read, the Martha Wells Murder Bot Diaries is the way to go. And then after that, we read from April 10th to April 16th, A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Leong, another library book. You know, I wasn't expecting this one. I don't get books full of ratings very often, and this one only got 3 stars. The characters were good, but I thought this was gonna be more about music, about Chinese culture, and instead it was about this war, and I just couldn't get into it, but I finished it. It was good. The plot pulled me in, but not what I expected. Another one, so that makes 6, and we're not even in the middle of April yet. I did, again, shout out to Married Bookworms, best online virtual book club ever. Katie, honey, oh my god, I'm so sorry. With you every step of the way, honey. If you want to find out what that's about, join us. So again, with the thriller, the mysteries, thanks to them. Secluded Cabin Sleep 6 by Lisa Unger. 392 pages. Read in one day because we were on a library due date crunch time at that point. I liked it. It wasn't... That was a 4.5 star read. Wish I didn't have to rush through it. I wish I could have taken my time with it. I don't remember a ton of detail about it, so that kind of shows you. And along with that, again, another thriller. This one I really liked. The Fiction Writer by Gillian Cantor. 304 pages, April 10th through the 18th on my Kindle. I'm loving Libby, you guys. It's pretty complex. I have way too many holds. Really like that one. The premise was ghostwriter comes up to a secluded case of a millionaire billionaire type thing. Gets way too involved, has to get out. But if you like things about writers, then that's one for you. And then we switch back into my YA, an older series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, called The Naturals. 321 pages, read from April 13th to the 20th. Loved this one. The main character has a ability to read emotions, not emotions, sense what people are feeling. Maybe, I don't know how they quite put it. So she gets spotted by the FBI and gets not pulled into her mother's murder. And she's kind of been wanting to solve it anyway. I don't want to give the plot away, but fantastic book. On hold for the next one on Libby. Can't wait. So if you're, a YA reader, a thriller reader, pick this one up. Okay, and then we dipped into my own personal TBR for the TBR jar, which my nightstand is behind me. You can't see it. So I don't know if I'm gonna do a TBR jar for May or a book cart reset because all my books aren't back in here. Most of them are, but not all of them. So if I do a reset for a May TBR jar, it might be a little late because my room is still being put back together. My apologies. So we dipped into that and we did Apprentice to the Villain, and guys, that took me almost a whole month to finish. Just, I wasn't feeling well, or, yes, an internship and whatever. Why did I not finish that sooner? It was so good. March 29th to April 23rd, physical copy. Not to give too much away, but it involves our favorite characters. We learn a lot more about, Tristan and Evie and her sister and her little sister. Gosh, so cute. And their relationship that's not a relationship. We learn more about their mission to keep their kingdom, their mansion, castle, evil hideout, I don't know, hidden in the world, and why they're trying to keep I'm gonna call it I'm calling them Gaves. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hidden from King Benedict and all the stuff that was in book 1. Hilarious, laugh out loud. Parts I'd be crying, parts I'd be raging. Romance, yes, but I can't wait for the third. And when I found out the third one is coming out this year, I squealed. So yeah, and then we went back to our library pile for the end of the month. So we've got about 5 more, which was totally impressive to me. So we did the Spice Master at Bistro Exotic, which was another library hold, by Samantha Variant, another romance. Oh, Apprentice to the Villain was romance fantasy. So the Spice Master at Bistro Exotic, that's romance. Basically, your chef in Paris is starting a new restaurant. Everything that can go wrong does go wrong on opening night. Her upstairs neighbor says, my son's an award-winning chef. Michelin star chef. And in order for you to keep the restaurant, because I bought the apartment complex, you need to work with my son. Yeah, that didn't start out well. But basically, he becomes Mr. Hot and Sexy. They start working well together. They save the restaurant, and everything ends happy. It was really good. I liked it. 305 pages. Read that on 4/18 to 4/24. So we're starting to wrap up the month. But by that point, I was settling into internship. They were, at that point, I was completing training, and they were determining what kind of a project to put me on. So next we read The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley, another thriller, another mystery, 354 pages, April 23rd to April 27th. We're really wrapping up the month. another physical library book. My stack at that point was overwhelming. So The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley was another low rater for me. I don't know if it was her writing style of all these different, like, POVs. I don't know if it was I couldn't follow the plot of, like, you had the resort and then you had the lore of the woods and the enemies there. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't follow it. So then I tried The Paris Apartment, which is her other good read, for like, I don't know, 20 pages. It didn't even land in the reading log, you guys. I don't know. So then I realized that I went out of order, and in the chaos of everything, I didn't include Games Untold, which is Jennifer Lynn Barnes' next installment in the Inheritance Games trilogy, but it's a spinoff. Again, along with the Grandest Game. So, like, she's spinning off from the original trilogy now. And I will read anything from that series. It doesn't matter what. So that was, again, YA, 441 pages, borrowed from Libby from April 20th to April 24th. So, yeah, a little bit out of order on the reading log, but at least I got it in. Ebook, Libby. This one was a bunch of short stories. Some I had read before, which is kind of disappointing. And a couple new ones. You know, whatever. Like I said, she can do whatever she wants, and I'll read it. The last two, actually, on our reading chart were, The Rainfall Market, and again, it's another author I can't pronounce. These last two, and, what was the other one? Death of the Author, are all tied for April's best book of the month. And I'm not sure who's gonna win. I think it's gonna be The Rainfall Market. It's a cozy fantasy, 206 pages, read April 28th to April 30th. It follows this young girl, and she has, like, the worst, and I mean the worst life. Like, she goes to school, she can't amount to much. She lives in this rundown apartment that's gonna get shut down for a development, like, just terrible. She loves karate, but she can't measure up to her peers. So then one day she hears an announcement on the radio about this thing called the Rainbow Market, and how we all have this spirit orb inside of us. And if you go to this you get you're lucky enough to get a ticket. You go to this market with the ticket during the rainy season. You cash in your ticket, and you get your spirit orb full of all your misfortune. You can turn that orb in, and if you find another spirit orb, you can trade it and get the best life that you want. So she writes to this radio, and she's like, please, my life is terrible, send me a ticket. And it just goes from there, and I was so impressed by this book. If you're looking for, like, a cozy read that teaches you something, but it doesn't shove it in your face, but it's so good. These, I don't want to say they're, like, Japanese, Korean specifically, but, like, I'm on this kick for books like that. They're, like, cozy, but there's a lesson behind them. They're nice. So yeah, that was really good, and I think that will win. And then I've read this, apparently it's, and I've never read Fourth Wing, but it's like Fourth Wing for middle grade. It's called Impossible Creatures. It's YA fantasy, and it's, we meet two children, and I don't remember their names, but we meet that last one was a physical book, by the way. We meet two children, and they're magical, and one knows it and one doesn't. So one gets sent to live with his grandfather after all these animals just start coming to him for his whole life. And he gets sent to live with his grandfather when he's about 13. And before his grandfather he kind of explains this archipelago of creatures in this different world. But then, before he can really say anything else, this boy goes running up on this hill, and he meets his first magical creature, which is a griffin. And then the girl comes running out of nowhere and says, "You have to help me." And they're pulled into this magical adventure of saving the archipelago, and it's just amazing. Have tissues ready, that's all I'm gonna say. So that was, wait a minute. I colored in 13 books, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 15 then. I must have colored in the wrong amount. Okay, so 15 books read for April. And I also I started a 50 book challenge on the 1st. And I completed it on 4/20. So that's good. So now we're on to the 75 book challenge, which I started on 5/1. So right now I am reading Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. I didn't get any time to read today, just because it's been crazy. That's from the library. I'm also trying to finish up, prise my pretty cover off. This is from Charlie and Fox. It's a fabric dust jacket. Again, that's Charlie and Fox. This is their Dark Academia book jacket. Worth every penny and waiting from Australia to ship. I'm not used to having nothing to like protect me from falling off the bed. So, and then we are also halfway through, or about halfway through. I don't want to pry the cover off and lose my spot, but Upon a Starlit Tide by Kelly Woods. So that's really good. That follows, it's a mixed fairy tale with like themes of like both Cinderella and The Little Mermaid. So I'm about 3/4 of the way through that. Got this from Aardvark. And Famous Last Words from the library, which follows a husband and wife, another thriller. The wife one day her husband goes missing and is found on the local news to have held 3 people hostage. So I'm already past that part, and I'm like 7 years later. And then on my Kindle, again, same cover from Charlie and Fox. On my Kindle, I'm reading a couple different things. Again, a new redo, Winnie the Pooh cover with a little tiger, dust plug, Winnie the Pooh. So I fold it back. My hand goes back here to keep it stable. My screen cover of the week is fueled. It says fueled by iced coffee and books. So, so this week right now I am reading on here, where am I? Sorry guys, I know I should set this up ahead of time. Okay, so right now I am reading, The Word is Murder by Anthony Horowitz. It's Sherlock Holmes-like. It's basically a woman comes in, plans her own funeral, gets murdered like 6 hours later. Instead, it's not Sherlock Holmes and Watson, it's a detective and a writer. I'm liking the tone so far, so I'm gonna keep plugging away at that. And then I am reading The Whisper Works, The Labyrinth of Lost and Found. I'll put that one up there because I can't make out the author on my Kindle screen. So it's Harry Potter, but it's not Harry Potter. A boy is like very business-like, very math-oriented, very calculating, very logic-oriented, and he stumbles into the world of magic. So as soon as I finish Anthony Horowitz, we're going into that, and that was recommended by YouTuber Peruse Project. Her channel will be down below in the comments. Knitting wise, I am still working on the same sock. I just finished the heel flap. So now mom has to do the heel turn, so I don't have it to show you. I got a new set of Diamond Dots bookmarks to work on, so audiobook wise. I just finished the book club hotel. While I haven't been working on the Diamond Dots much, I'm going to start a new audiobook of the Magical Cat Mysteries series. I just can't remember the title. I'll pop that up here. But it's a busy week, so I don't know how much I'm going to get to. And then coffee-wise, Mr. Espresso, this is your new segment, buddy. What have we been drinking coffee-wise, buddy? Up until today, lots of hot coffee, vanilla, the mint chip from Dunkin' in the pods, and today I made iced coffee for the first time because it was just so warm. So the way I do my iced coffee is 3 scoops of regular Dunkin's brew, brewed hot, put it in a glass container, and then put it in the fridge for overnight or over the morning. Then I pour it in a had a glass mug, but that broke. Whoops. So I put it in one of those metal mugs with 3 ice cubes, 2 scoops of easy dissolvable sugar, milk, and normally I use cream, but we're out of flavored creamer, so I didn't this time. It needed it. I am not like a straight coffee person. I need some kind of flavor. So yeah, that's what we're drinking these days. Coffee wise, not really having the acid reflux anymore, so that's nice. But yeah, so that's what we're reading, what we're looking forward to reading. We have to, when it comes in from the library hold list, pick up May's read for our book club, and that's pretty much it. Enjoying the new bed, doing lots of reading, doctor's appointments, yeah. So, what have you guys been up to? I'm really gonna enjoy reading in this new bed. Oh yeah, about the mattress. So this is the purple essential in a twin. I picked it out because I went with my parents to the mattress store nearby, and the lady had me lay down on the test mattress, and she asked me, all the questions and everything. And when she found out I had all the chronic pain, she's like, "We're gonna put you on like the Tempur-Pedic and the traditional, but then I want you to try the purple." Guys, the minute I lay down on the purple sample, bing, perfect. And then I tried like a couple other traditionals after, just to make sure, and nothing compared. And then she's like, "Let's put you on the adjustable base." Heaven. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. Church in the morning, and busy weekend. So happy reading, happy crafting, and happy sifting. Happy sipping, right? Huh. We're gonna go down and have a sip ourselves. Good night, all.